Soften up the mess, drop it in the water, let the daughter find her image with the rest. She'll be learning how to breathe, spinning through identity, reveal another pretty little scheme. Save her mind.
Hey loves, welcome to my channel, and if you're new, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be doing a veneers composite update. Now this is gonna be like my last video, because I have done about two to three videos on my previous composite probably like a year or more ago, and I thought that was gonna be my last one, but I did end up redoing my teeth, which I always knew that I was going to redo. So now this is technically going to be the last final video, unless you guys do have questions more in the comments. If anything, I'll probably just answer them in the comments down below. Now, if you guys are interested in the previous videos that I did record, I will link them in the description bar down below for you guys. Now, if I don't remember, just let me know in the comments, and I will, go ahead and just put them in the description bar if I do forget. But let's get straight into the video. All right, so let's kind of like back us to like in the beginning of why I even got composite veneers. I'll probably put videos as I'm talking and stuff. I'll put videos for reference somewhere around the screen for you guys to see. But I did get Smile Direct Club, like I don't remember what year that was. I did get it, and I know that I had it for about 6 to 8 months, and they did close like some of my gaps. The way that my teeth was set up, they were very spacey. My teeth were very spacey, but also they were very like short and stubby looking. Like they were really short, like I don't know how to explain it, just that they were really short and very spacey, so you can imagine how that looked. And on the bottom of my teeth was pretty round to begin with, so I already had that. And actually the people that did this set of veneers, they actually told me that my gums or my teeth is like structured a certain way, so it does look like my teeth is more out than it just looked like it's just naturally like bulges out more, because I do have a specific like gum or like teeth structure position. So, and they did tell me the only way that I could fix my teeth from looking like it's coming out if I have like gum reconstruction, surgery and stuff, and nobody's doing all that. I've always wanted my teeth to be like fairly straight and like my gaps closed. That's something that I always wanted, because I was the kid that every time I had to smile, I would always smile like this. Like I would never open my mouth and smile. Like my teeth have never showed when I took pictures or anything, and my mouth was always closed, or I've always done that little fake weird smile where like, I'm kind of showing teeth, but I'm kind of not. So like I kind of was like I just did not like showing my teeth in like photos and stuff like that. So this was something that I really wanted to do. So I believe in 2019. Yeah, I think it was more than 2019. Yeah, I think around 2019-ish is when I got my teeth done, and I was around 21. I actually did it for my birthday, and I did get it done at Smile Dental Center. Now, the things that I'm about to say about the teeth, this is no shade to them, because I have looked on their page. They've done really good jobs with other people. I guess for me, it was just a little bit different for my experience. So I'm just going to be telling you guys how my experience was with everything. And I'm not going to get too in depth because, of course, like I said, I've already done previous videos about my teeth before with them. So I'll quickly like just glaze over like all that information. But yeah, I got it done with Smile Dental Center on, I think that's their name on Instagram and their building name. And yeah, when I got them done, and in total the price was $4,500, and I believe this was with a sale. I don't think so. I do believe it was $4,500, and they the whole process was painless. Like there was nothing that hurt with that process. It was, the only thing that I would say was that it was a little bit uncomfortable, because you do have to keep your mouth open for like two hours plus. So minus that, there was no type of pain. They didn't shave, they didn't even do anything. They literally just put the
Here is the moment of truth.
They just put the composite on my teeth, and that's what I got. I got the composite veneers. The porcelains are the stronger, naturaler looking type ones, but the composite ones are the ones that look more wider, and they do break more often than the porcelain because the material that it's made out of is a little bit less strong. So yeah, so make sure you keep that in mind. They do last for about 5 to 7 years. I've had my last previous veneers, I had it for like 4 years, so I would say it lasted pretty okay. I only broke them about twice and that was way in the beginning. I think that was the first year of me getting it done. And of course, when it's new, like you still kind of gotta change the way that you eat. Like you can't bite into certain things and all that extra stuff. In the beginning, it is gonna be hard and you might chip a couple of teeth, but after a while, you do get used to, eating with your back teeth and not biting into things and ripping them first and just popping them in your mouth and stuff like that. Eventually those become second nature and you will less likely break your veneers less once you get the hang of it. But yeah, so in total that's what that was. Now when I first got them done, I'm not gonna lie, when I went to the bathroom to go look at it, I did not like, it was a shock. And of course, honestly guys, it's gonna be a shock regardless. If you go from having semi-yellow teeth, and my teeth was yellow, semi-yellow teeth, it was spacing behind it, what else, like it was spacing behind it and they were just pretty short and stubby, to like your gaps being closed and you're having like straight teeth, you're having I don't know how else to explain it. Just know like it was a big shock. So like it did not look good. Now what I didn't want is exactly what happened was with the teeth look pretty bulky. Yeah, they just looked a little bit bulky for my face. Now when I did go get out, like y'all, I kind of low-key wanted to cry when I got them done, because I was like, what is this? Like, this looks scary looking. But I just went ahead, like I just went back in. I told them, I'm like, I don't really like, I mean, I like them, but they are pretty big. And they just told me just go home, sleep on it for a day or two and see if like it changes, because it is something new and stuff like that. So I just listened to them and then I was like, okay, whatever. And then I just went home, and when I got home, I mean, I know like my mom and my sister was trying to be like nice and stuff, but yeah, I just knew that they weren't what I was looking for. Yeah, so I did go back. Actually, I went back and I told them that like, can they shave it down a little bit more? So I told them to like, tone it down, try to like, I guess make them just less bulky looking. Like y'all, if I turned around, it very much was giving horse's teeth. It was giving, the little teeth that be on the doctor's chair, and some of them you can roll them up and they go like, ga, 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 ga. Like, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, that's how it looked like. And again, like I knew, like they're like, oh, it's not bad. Like I knew personally that like it was not what I was looking for, but that's what, that was what was in my mouth. And I'm not gonna lie, they did look better than how my teeth looked before, obviously. So yeah, after I went over there, they went ahead and they filed it down. They really did not file it down that much. And after that, I was just like, okay, it looks pretty decent. And I just went home. Eventually I just got used to them and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, now what I'm gonna say is pretty crucial. They did ask me would I want the option of having the if I wanted retainers. It wasn't included in the price. It was just an option for extra money. Do you want to add retainers? And mind you guys, I told you I did Smile. I did the not Invisalign, but y'all know what I'm talking about, Smile Direct Club. I did that, the retainers thing, for 6 months, like I told you guys, and some of my teeth were like still closed a little bit, like closer together. So when they did put the bonding on top of my teeth, mind you, they did not make any changes. They literally just added the resin on top of my teeth to you know, change up the look, which means over time my teeth started to spread. I got a gap in the middle. The teeth on the kind of side started, you know, shifting, and then the ones on the bottom, the two side ones actually started moving too. So that kind of made the bulging of my mouth look even worse. It looked more pronounced when I turned around. It literally looked mad crazy. When I smiled like a certain type of way, when I was laughing a certain type of way, it got crazy looking. And I think this happened after a year. Yeah, I think the shifting started happening over a year. The only thing that I could think of is that I did not have any retainers to keep my teeth in place, which I wish I would have known that. I wish that they would have just included that in the price, or specify how important it was to get the retainers, because if you give something as an option and you're already paying like $4,500 for something extra, if you thought it was that important, you would have put in the price, and just, you know, I would have just paid it, because they said they already stretch how important it is. But the fact that they didn't do that, I mean, I said no, because I just didn't think that I would need it. Because in my head, I don't know why I was thinking, since they put the resin in there, my teeth wouldn't shift as much, because they kind of already covered the gaps. I don't know, that's what I was thinking in my head, but that definitely was not the case for me. So yeah, so I stayed with those teeth for about, of course, like I told you guys, 4 years. But after the third year, I already knew, well, honestly, after the first year, like, I knew that I was gonna get my teeth redone. Honestly, like, I already knew, because yeah, because they did not look how I wanted them to look. Like, I did not want to smile and then it looks mad bulky on the side. Even if I'm facing forward and someone takes a picture of me, like, you know, just smiling, it just looks mad crazy. And of course, on top of that, it had the gaps and everything, which made it even worse. Me personally, I didn't really mind the gap, because it was a slight gap, but the gap was still there, so I didn't really mind it. But I kind of revert back to how my teeth was before. Like, I didn't like smiling like full mouth in front of people. I didn't like opening my mouth and smiling in pictures again. So I basically reverted back to how my teeth was before I got them done, which was pretty annoying, because I got them done to, you know, so I can be more confident in my smiling again. I was thinking about going to Colombia to get my teeth done. I already found a doctor there. Y'all already know, like, you already know Colombia, they're cheap. They're cheap. Their teeth be really cheap. And I seen this girl on Instagram, and she got her teeth done in Colombia, and I followed the doctor that did hers, and they looked really good. And that was initially what I was gonna do. I was just gonna wait for a while, and then just, plan to just get the porcelain and just, save up and actually just go to Colombia and eventually get my teeth done. But after a while, I started to actually sit there and really think about it, because now, of course, yes, their porcelains are stronger, but accidents happen. So in my head, I'm like, okay, if my teeth chips or anything, a lot of doctors in the US do not like working on other people's teeth. So I kind of had to put that into account of, if I get my teeth done out of state, if anything happens, whatever happens, I would have to go catch a flight to go to Colombia to get my teeth done. And that's just not something that I personally see myself doing. So I actually just changed my mind. I just said, forget it. Let me go find someone else that can, still provide me with still a nice looking, design without having, breaking the bank and, going to Colombia. So I ended up on Dental Design. I think that's what their name is on Instagram. Yeah, I ended up with Dental Design. I watched them for like a year. Now, the only difference between picking them and the last one is the last one, honestly, I did it when the veneers was really popping. Like, they were popping a lot. Like, everybody and their mama was getting veneers, and I went with my first choice. Like, I didn't actually sit there, do research, looked at, you know, compare different doctors and all that stuff. I didn't do that. I literally found them and I was like, okay, they look pretty decent, and I'm like, okay, let me just go with them. It was very impulsive. I didn't actually, you know, take my time to, you know, do some research, which I would highly suggest. So that's what I realized I did wrong the first time. So the second time around, I did follow the dental design for about a year, and I seen they did this this girl that I follow. She also is an entrepreneur, and the way that they did her teeth was pretty nice, and I just followed them, and I just followed the page for like a year. And you know, I was always looking at the designs, their before afters, to see like if people had my teeth, to see how they would, you know, do it and stuff like that. So after that, I did get a consultation on I believe on my third year. I got a consultation with them, and I wanted to see how much they would charge me, because I'm not just getting it done. They would have to take off my previous design, put on a new one and stuff like that. And I actually wanted to see if I was going to tell them my concern, to see if I would still be qualified to still do, you know, composites and stuff like that. So when I did my consultation with them, they did tell me the price, and they did tell me that they did look pretty bulky, which they definitely said my teeth did look, you know, slightly bulky, which I already knew. And what a concern that I had was, would I have to take off my old design? I would have to get, you know, close my gaps first and then do the design, because I didn't know if I would be able to get the design closed but still flat looking look without, you know, closing my gaps before. So they told me like, no, I wouldn't really have to do that. And of course they said that they would actually have to take off the old design to see how, you know, how my teeth is structured, to see if I would be able to get that desired, you know, straight, less bulky look. So I already had that in the back of my mind. They told me the price, which was around $5,300. Yeah, I think $5,300 or $5,200 at the time. And I believe that was 2022. So I did sit on it, and I just ended up just waiting, because I'm like, okay, let me make sure that I am choosing the right person and all that extra stuff. And then I'm like, let me just, you know, save up my coins, because that's a cute little penny I'm about to spend, because mind you, I already spent $4,500 on my teeth already. So yeah, so I'm like, okay. And then I sat on it for like a year. I always made sure I looked and stuff like that. And fast forward to this year, which it definitely was on my bucket list of things to do. I already saved up the money for it, and I'm like, okay, like this is something that I really want to do, because yeah, I got to the point where like on my sister's engagement, like they took photos, and of course I smiled, because like I was happy, and I smiled, and my teeth look crazy. Like they look crazy in the photos. If I can, I'll probably put the photo. I don't know if I'm gonna put the photo, but I might put the photo. Just know that it looked kind of crazy. And after that, I'm just like, no, like I really want to like redo my teeth, because I started to feel so uncomfortable again, smiling and everything, and you know, being in photos, even talking regularly, I didn't really like doing, because yeah, that's how like weird looking that it looked like. People, and the funny thing is, I was feeling that way on the inside, but people were always telling me, oh my god, your teeth look so nice. Like yeah, they were always saying that it looks nice and everything, like, oh, like I should be like, am I actor that acts for Colgate and stuff like that, which I thought that people, like, they were trying to be funny. Like, you know how, I don't know how to explain it, but I felt like they kind of was like, it was like a joke that they were trying to kind of make fun of me, in a sense, knowing damn well my teeth don't look that good. Like it looks pretty crazy, but I guess to them it looked good. And of course, like to other people, like things are always gonna look pretty different, but to me, how I knew that I wanted my teeth to look, I know that it was not how I wanted it to look. So no matter how many compliments people gave me, I never like really took the compliment, because I always just shoved it off my shoulder, like yeah, like I know, like you're kind of low-key playing in my face. So I decided to, you know, go with the Smile Dental Center. I just made the appointment. They actually was having a sale, which was great for me, and they were about $1,000 off. So in total, my total was $4,500 again. And that's with them taking off the old design. And this time they did have to shave down a little bit of my teeth. Again, like I told you guys, my teeth was like more outwards. So they said that they were going to try to shave a little bit down so my teeth can be a little bit more straight down, like how I wanted it. So they did say I had to shave down some of my teeth. And I also would have a gingiviectomy, like basically cutting down your gums. Yeah, I know the word for it, but oh, excuse me, I did have to get that done, which I really was nervous about because I felt like that thing was gonna freaking hurt. And also I knew that they would have to, like, you know, numb me up. Those things I already knew, and they already gave me mad anxiety. Like, I feel like I have like a medium pain tolerance. So, but still, like, I hate needles. I hate any type of needles in the arms, especially needles in my mouth. Like, I know how that feeling goes when, you know, you're fixing cavities. I just hated, you know, the numbing and the needles and stuff like that. So I already knew that in the back of my mind. I already had to do those things, which was scary. But I'm just like, you know what? Forget it. Like, it is what it is. It's only a couple of pain for a few, like an hour or two. And after that, I'm gonna like the end result. Now, when I did end up going with them, like, yeah, it was pretty quick. Like, I literally went on the appointment, I believe maybe the end of July, like the last couple of days of July. And my appointment was literally a couple days after that, which was August the 3rd. My birthday was on the 21st, so I really wanted to get it done before my birthday. So yeah, like, they did have like a wait list, but you know, they had some people that canceled and stuff, so they did have some space. So I was just like, they're like, is that too soon? I'm like, because the next time that they had for me was like the month after that, and I'm like, that's gonna be kind of after my birthday. So I just said, forget it. Literally, the appointment was booked. I paid my deposit, which was about $2,000, I believe. Yeah, I put $2,000 down. I paid that, and then it was booked. Now, and also what I would also like to add about this one is that they actually added the retainers to the price, because I did mention to them how they did not add the retainers to the price, and there's like, that's something very important that they should have added to the price, which I kind of thought too. Even if they were going to charge you a little bit extra, I would have rather them just add it to the price, because they know how important it is, than them asking people, do they want to add the retainers for more money? Of course, people are going to be like, no. Like, if it's an option, why do I need to get it? But if I knew that it's essential, then of course, then I would have got it. But they didn't stretch that. So I love the fact that the price, the $4,500, did include the retainers as well. Now I'm going to just get into the whole process of getting my teeth done. I arrived at 11, and I actually didn't get called until like 11:45, 11:50ish. And I remember this because I was just sitting there looking at my phone, just like, when the hell they gonna call me, watching videos, watching TikToks and stuff like that. And I remember I looked at the time, it was around 11:45 or 11:50ish. That's when they called me, and then I paid the remainder of my balance. Now, I do want to mention that the doctor that looked at my x-rays and everything, he did say that composites might not work for me, because the way that my teeth is set up, I would need a porcelain instead. And y'all, like, I kind of was already had in the back of my mind, I might have to pay extra to just get the top of my teeth porcelain and the bottom one's composite. Now, I'm not sure if of course they would be able to do it, but that was a possibility that I had in my head, because I'm like, listen, I'm about to do this a second time, and I actually want to really like my teeth. So I'm like, okay, if I have to pay an extra, you know, $1,000 or $2,000, I'll just do that, just to make sure I guarantee I like my teeth when it's done. Because y'all, I told my sister, I'm like, listen, I'm not getting off their chair unless I like their teeth. Like, if I don't like it, I'm sitting here until they fix it, until I like it, because I refuse to leave the chair and a second time I don't like it, you know. So he did let me know that, like, you might have to, you know, go ahead and get porcelain instead, just to get that required, just to get the look that I was looking for. So I already had that in the back of my mind. But when I did get there, I sat there, the two doctors came in. They just asked me, like, oh, they looked at my teeth to see how they look like, and then they asked me, like, what was I looking for? And I did tell them the one that I have right now, of course, my gaps closed. But then I also said, if they can't 100% close my gaps, that's fine, as long as it still looks natural, because again, like I said, like I don't mind the gap as long as it didn't have that bulky look to it because of how my teeth spread after it didn't have the retainers anymore. So I told them I wanted it a little bit less bulky, and I also said close the gaps, and then I told them to just give like a higher low type of look and also have them look as natural as possible, like have the two front of my teeth a slight bit longer than the other two a little bit shorter, just so it can have that little natural look to it. So they did that, and they're like, okay, makes sense, like, you know, just have your teeth look natural. They showed me like one or two when I was picking out the colors. I did pick the whitest one because the second whitest that they had, it literally looked like my old teeth veneers that I had after 4 years. And I'm just like, that wouldn't make any sense for me to get the color of how my teeth's gonna look like in 4 years. Because over time the composite veneers, they do stain, especially if you drink coffee and all that extra stuff. They drink Coke, they're gonna stain, and they are going to look less white, and they're gonna look more toned down yellowishy. So I just said forget it, like just give me the whitest one, and then eventually, you know, the color is going to, you know, fade down and stuff like that. So I ended up picking the whitest color, and I'm glad that I did, because yeah, if I did pick that second one, I kind of would have been a little bit annoyed if I didn't. But yeah, so the first thing that they did go in and they cleaned my mouth. They did a deep clean in my mouth, and then the second thing that they did was the most annoyingest part. Like, yeah, it felt like it was never ending, and it was they did about, I believe in total they did like 6. Yeah, I think in total they did about 6 or 7 numbing lidocaine. I believe they did not lidocaine in my gums, and y'all, I was ready to pass out. I mean, after they done the top, honestly, my brain already knew my brain already like knew with the pain that was gonna be coming. So I kind of like started getting more at ease. Like, it still hurt, but it wasn't like a shock, you know, like I already knew like what to do to, like, you know, like calm myself down. Now, I'm not gonna lie, a couple of tears did roll off my eyes. Like, I didn't cry, but like tears was falling on the side of my eyes, like, and then I kind of like was wincing. Just know they hurt, they really hurt, like. But I do love the fact that she was pretty fast. Like, she was going back to back like pretty fast, which was really good. So it didn't like linger and stay too long. She literally just boop, 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 and she went in. So she did that, and then they waited until it settled in. And then once it was settled in, the second doctor came in, which was the one that was going to actually take off my old design and then start doing the new one. Now with this one, it was a whole lot of shaving. After they numb your mouth, you really do not feel that much. Now, I would like to say that sometimes with numbing, sometimes part of your mouth do not get fully numbed. Like, for instance, my right side was more numb than my left side, if that makes sense. I don't know why, but they do say like that's a possibility, you know, depending on your body and all that extra stuff. Some side take the lidocaine more than other sides of your mouth. Like, I don't know, for some reason this side of my teeth, this side of my mouth, like, I felt like, you know, the drilling and all that stuff more than the opposite side, which I mean, I could have asked for more for them to redo it, but honestly, it wasn't that bad to the point where I'm like, okay, you need to add more. It wasn't that bad, but I did feel like, you know, the more sensitivity more, if that makes sense. Like, so it was less like painful. It was more so like the sensitivity feeling, especially when they was like drilling. When they was drilling the composites, you really don't feel much, but of course once they get to my actual teeth, because like I said, they did have to shave down some of my natural teeth. Now, I am going to show you guys how my teeth look like when they did take off the composite and everything. I'm gonna show you guys how it looks like. Again, y'all, my teeth to begin with was already short and stubby, so it was a little bit weird looking at my teeth, but it's been so long since I actually seen them. Your teeth do stay underneath there, like it doesn't like rot or anything, like your teeth literally still stays down there. So he did go ahead and he shaved it down. Now I would have to say he did go in and, like, I don't know if he chipped my tooth or something, but one side was like angled in a sense, I don't know, but it kind of looked like he chipped it, or maybe he meant to do that, I don't know. But like on the bottom of my right one, it was like chipped angle. Of course you guys are gonna see it in the photos because I'm gonna add all that in there, but yeah, it was a little bit chipped, and I'm like, sir, you low-key kind of chipped my tooth. But I mean, there was nothing he can do after that. Like, the teeth is already gone, it's not like he can just stick it back in. So after that, now I'm not gonna lie, after he did that, the next thing he did was the gingivectomy. Is that how you say it? I don't know if I'm saying it right, but he did go in and to start cutting my gums. And when I tell y'all, yeah, again, like I said, happier, like, I don't know, for me personally, my left side was like, it just, like, I felt more. Like, this side I didn't feel that much, but this side I just felt more. And when I tell y'all, when he took the little machine and started, like, because I think it was like a laser, like when he was cutting down the thing, it was crazy. Like, it was crazy to the feeling on this side because I could feel it more, but also the smell. It smelled like dead skin. Like, it smelled like not even chicken, it smelled like burning skin. Okay, I don't know how to explain the smell, but the smell was definitely unique. And I ain't gonna lie, I do gotta add this, y'all. I do have to add this. Now, when he was taking, like, shaving down my veneers, I did smell a little something. Now I did smell a little something. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100%. Like, I did smell something. But yeah, like, when he was cutting down my gums, it did smell like burning skin, which wasn't, I did not like that smell, and I didn't like the feeling. And of course, this was the gum that he had to shave down the most. Of course, it was the side that didn't get numb the most, was the part that he actually had to do it. And y'all, like, after a couple, I was like, okay, like, I was switching. Okay, I was switching, because I'm not gonna lie, that did, like, the feeling of it, like, it did kind of hurt. And it didn't even hurt like pain, it just was a sensitivity thing. Like, I just felt heat, like a lot of heat. And yeah, I just did not like that feeling. But he was pretty quick with it, so and it's not like he, you know, shaved down that much, so it was like a pretty quick process. But after that, they did have to come in and have someone to stop the bleeding, because y'all, this teeth right here was like bleeding a lot. Like, it just would not stop bleeding. The other ones, they only bleed a little bit, but of course this was the teeth that he actually had to I guess those gums were a little lower, so he did have to go in and, like, you know, really contour it. So I guess that's why it was, you know, bleeding so much. But fully she did, like, it did eventually just stop bleeding, and then the doctor was able to come, and then he started to work on my veneers finally. Like, y'all, in total this was about like I came in at 11 and I left around 3, so 11, so it was around like 3.5 to 4 hours that I was, because my job, I got called around like 12, like I said, 11:50ish. So it was around, I didn't start until like 12, so it was about like 3.5, almost 4 hours that I was sitting here. But he finally started, you know, contouring my teeth, and he was pretty fast with it. I'm not even gonna lie, like, he was fast, like, he was. And at that point, like, my mouth started hurting again. Like, it was my mouth literally sitting like, I had to keep my mouth open. That was so, like, my jaw started locking up at one point in time, because it just hurt. Like, but I just stuck it through. Like, when he got to the bottom, girl, I was counting on my fingers to, like, how many more he got left. Okay, 3 more. Okay, 2 more. Like, I literally was sitting there, like, you know, anticipating until, like, when he could be finished so I can close my jaw. And when he was done with the top, they did go in and they took a foam to take my impressions of my teeth for my retainers. So while I was getting my teeth done, they were getting my retainers done. So that was pretty cool. And again, they finished up, and then he just shaved it up a little bit more, looked at it and all that extra. Y'all, he took his little time, okay, with my teeth, okay. And then finally, when he was done, he gave me the mirror, and y'all, like, I was in disbelief. Y'all don't understand how happy I was. Like, if I was a very, very emotional person, I probably would have cried. Like, I almost felt like I wanted to cry, but like, I was just so happy because it was exactly how I envisioned my teeth to look like in the beginning. That's exactly how I wanted my teeth to look. It looked natural. It looks straight down. Like, I look to the side. It doesn't look crazy. Like, it just looks how I wanted it to look. He showed out for my teeth. Like, I'm gonna show you guys like the before and after. And I'm gonna show you guys the comparison of how both of them look like. And y'all, it's like night and day. You might not see the difference, but me personally, I see the difference. When I smile every day, I see the difference. Like, yeah, I did not have any type of complaints for him, because y'all, I was so in love with my mouth, like with my teeth. I mean, the whole time I was just looking at it like in shock and like disbelief. Like, it was crazy. Like, I really loved it. He did an amazing job. I definitely would recommend them. I wouldn't really recommend the other ones. With them, I really would suggest them if you are looking for an in-state someone to do a dentist to do your teeth, because he did an amazing job. Like, I'm gonna show you guys me smiling. And he even did like little dips, and I love the little dents that he did at the bottom, because they didn't look straight across. Like, you know how your teeth just look straight across and they look kind of fake in a sense. He kind of put like little dents on the bottom so it can look a little bit more natural. Like, and I just love that aspect of it. Yeah, like, this was the best money that I've ever spent. Now, I do have in the back of my mind that, of course, this was like Composites in five, maybe a couple more years, I am gonna have to get them redone. But the last time that I am gonna get done, it is gonna be porcelain, so you know, they can last like 10-20 years. So yeah, I do have that in the back of my mind. And again, you guys can go ahead and comment and say that, oh, like, why did you basically spend like 8K, almost 9,000 on your teeth and all that extra stuff? And I can see that, yes, it's a lot of money, but one thing I'm gonna say is invest in yourself, because you guys, like, you don't understand how much your confidence will, like, you know, be elevated once you fix something that you're kind of like insecure about. Like, your confidence will go from like it'll go from like, listen, I've had confidence even with my teeth being a little bit janky. Like, I still had confidence, but like, it took it from like a 7-8 to literally to like 100. And I'm not even joking. Like, y'all, now I can't even keep my mouth closed. Like, you gonna see my teeth. Like I pay for these. Like, you gonna see how freaking cute and fire. Y'all see this? Fire my teeth look. Like, you guys can't even see it. Like, in its whole you can't even see the full look because of how bright the light is. But yeah, like, I will never, like, if you really want to do something and it's gonna better you and you're insecure about it, like, don't listen to other people saying that, oh, you don't have to do this, you look fine. Like, people don't understand. To that person you may look fine, but to you it's an insecurity. So I say do what makes you happy, of course, to a certain extent. And also, the only thing I would say is just make sure you do research, because like I said in the beginning, I just went with the first doctor that I seen, the first dentist that I seen. I didn't actually like compare and like, you know, do my full in-depth research. But of course, when the second go around, when I actually did the full in-depth research, I got the desired look that I wanted to. And of course, if I did the research to begin with, I would have, you know, I would have gotten the desired look, in the beginning, and I wouldn't have to have gotten my teeth done right then and there after 4 years later, you know. So yeah, like, yes, it might be a lot of money, but to me, honestly, you guys, it's definitely worth it. It's always worth it when you're investing in yourself. Again, like I said, to me, this is an investment. That's how I think about anything that I do for myself. It's an investment. And yeah, but let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments down below. I know this video was really long, but I kind of wanted to make sure that I went into like depth to make sure you guys actually, you know, understood the full backstory. Again, all the other videos will be linked in the description bar if you guys want an update of those videos. Now, I do have to say, to close this off, my teeth in the first couple of days were really sensitive, and even to this day, I have 2 teeth in the bottom right here. They are like pretty sensitive when I am eating certain foods, but I did realize over time they start getting better in a sense. So I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping after a couple of months of having them, because it hasn't been officially been, it hasn't officially been a month since I've had these teeth. It's gonna be a month sometime this week. So yeah, so I'm hoping over time, which I'm pretty sure over time, the sensitivity will subside. Of course, like when I do eat, I am more conscious of how I eat it. And I do have to mention, the way that they did the teeth, these look a little bit less, they're a little less bulky, because they kind of, I feel like they use a little less material. So I also keep that in mind when I am eating, to, you know, just be more gentle when I'm eating, like in the front teeth, like to just be mindful to cut my food. Or if I am eating something hard or biting something hard, do it from the side tooth instead of the front and stuff like that. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you loves in my next one. Bye.